Hello, this is Jennifer with AuctionNinja. Now that AuctionNinja has bidders and sellers throughout the US, we've decided that we had to reevaluate how the content for our auction email blasts are distributed to ensure that bidders receive posts which are relevant and within easy proximity to their locales. With this in mind, we're launching a Build Your Newsletter feature for bidders. This feature is under the Account tab on the dashboard when bidders log in. From here, our bidders are able to choose the individual estate sale companies, auctioneers, and/or locations and distances, which are important to them. So here's a quick primer on how to access the Build Your Newsletter feature. Let's get started. First, from the AuctionNinja site, click Login. Second, you just need to enter your username and password. For this, we're using our demo. Now our bidders, when they log in, they will see their first name here. For us, because we're using a demo, it says Welcome Demo. So let's continue. If bidders go to and hover over the Account tab, there's 4 options. The last option is the one that we want to focus on, Build Your Newsletter. Select that. You'll be taken to a screen which shows all of our AuctionNinja vendors. It's sorted by state in alphabetical order. Our bidders may select directly from the AllState View, or they may filter their options by entering whatever variables are important to them: city, state, zip, and then a radial distance from those variables, 10, 25 miles, all the way up to 250 miles. So let's try a few options. First, let's try options from the east end of New York. Let's say now within 10 miles of this zip code, there's only one vendor based in that area. But if I expand that search a little bit, you'll see we now have quite a few. And because it's a radial distance, you'll find we even have Connecticut thrown in the mix. I may select as many or as few vendors as I'd like to follow. From here, I can also get more information. So let's focus on the New York vendors. So if I click on any of these logos, I will see that vendor's page. And I can get more information about them or see what current auctions are there. But as far as selecting them to follow, if I click on the heart, you'll see it'll change color. That means I'm following White Goose in this case. I can select as many or as few as I want. And my future email blasts will reflect those sellers in the content that I receive. If at any point I decide there's a seller or sellers I no longer wish to follow, I simply log in and deselect those sellers. I will no longer receive information on them. Let's try a city search. So we'll get rid of our zip code and our parameters here. So let's try Boulder, Colorado. Now within 10 miles of Boulder, there's only one seller based in that region. But again, if I expand my search, even 50 miles, it's wide open for a variety of sellers in that region. I can select as many or as few as I want. And finally, let's try a state search. We'll get rid of this. Let's try the West Coast, California. So in California, we have currently 2 vendors. Again, I can click on the logo and I'll be taken to that vendor's site. It's a pop-up screen, so I never lose the page that I'm on. And if I want to follow that vendor, I can click the heart. If I choose not to, I deselect it. Now it's important to note that if the bidder does not come in and make any specific selections for their content, then the bidder will receive a standard AuctionNinja newsletter auction update blast. If their zip code is part of their profile, then it'll be targeted to their location. But if there is no address in their profile, then they'll receive just a blanket standard AuctionNinja email. So that's it. It's super easy for our bidders to get updates on sales that are relevant and of interest to them. So sign in, sign up, and happy bidding.